Hey friends in beauty, if you're a professional makeup artist or beauty pro who is tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, I got great news for you. Beauty Pro Funnels is here to simplify your life and take your business to the next level. Unlike other platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Acuity, Beauty Pro Funnels was created by a makeup artist for makeup artists. This is the world's first all-in-one software that helps you book clients, sell your products, and even launch courses all in one place. No need for separate subscriptions that drain your wallet or tools that don't speak your language as a beauty pro. With Beauty Pro Funnels, you're not just getting another booking tool. You're unlocking the ability to create multiple revenue streams, so whether you're behind the chair or not, you're making money. Imagine accepting bookings, selling your beauty products, and offering courses all without the stress of managing separate systems. That could be a big headache. Let me break it down to you one more time. Your website, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your portfolio, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your booking site, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. And your e-commerce site, host it in Beauty Pro Funnels. Want to offer beauty courses or digital products? You can sell them inside of Beauty Pro Funnels, and you'll be able to send invoices, digital contracts, newsletters, and do all of your marketing directly from your Beauty Pro Funnels account. It's mind-blowing. Listen, you're going to save hundreds of dollars every single month by replacing over 10 platforms when you make the switch to Beauty Pro Funnels like Wix, Squarespace, Acuity, WordPress, Vagaro, Honeybooks, 17 Hats, Dubsado, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Kajabi, DocuSign, even Shopify. It's crazy. I know you got at least one of those. And here's the best part. Tayana and her team spent over a year building plug-and-play templates into your account for pretty much everything, so you never have to start from scratch at all. So all of your appointment confirmations, reminders, and payment reminders and stuff like that for your clients, they have already been written out for you. You can even gather reviews and referrals all on autopilot. You'll free up so many hours of time each week so you can focus on what you love, your artistry. Plus, with their mobile app, you can manage your entire business from the palm of your hand. Send invoices, schedule appointments, and even take payments on the go. I believe in Beauty Pro Funnels so much that I recently moved the Friends of Beauty site to Beauty Pro Funnels, and I am loving it. It's a game changer because it's not just a platform. I swear it is like having your personal business assistant designed specifically for makeup artists and beauty pros like you. So here's the deal. If you want to see what all the hype is about, visit getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends to get a personalized tour and see how Beauty Pro Funnels can transform your business today. That's getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends because you deserve the best tool for your beauty business.
People are really craving authentic interactions and conversations. And because we are getting more deeper into this digital age with AI and like all the things, people cannot tell what's real and what's fake anymore. Like a lot of us are losing our spark because we have been doing this for so long that it's almost become transactional in a sense, and it's not fun anymore. Photo shoots, creative work, attending a class or something like that. Those are all things I feel like we used to do a lot more. I have been spending a lot of time in community this past month. It has been revitalizing me. It has been refueling me. It has been giving me so much confirmation because anytime you're around, people that's in the same industry that you are in, or just other humans in general that are beauty pros, entrepreneurs, or whatever, you will realize that we are all going through similar things. Once I really process it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm always the one that wants to ask the questions and host the panels and everything like that. But it was so cool to be on the other side of it and have someone ask me questions. I feel like a boss.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready?
Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Akua Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, in today's episode, we have a completely new episode. I am back from my little break, my little well-needed, well-deserved hiatus for the podcast, but even though I took a break from the podcast, I have still been outside and mingling and still conducting business and everything. So I just wanted to come and kind of like chat with y'all and tell you what I've been up to. September has been a very, very busy and fun month and full of community, full of events and everything. But I just want to come and chit chat with y'all because this is a totally new episode and I feel good about it. I hope that you all enjoyed the rewind episodes that I brought back. I think one of my favorite ones is Nelly that I actually brought back. All of them actually, Nelly, Joy, Danielle, Maud. All of those episodes that I brought back were some of my favorites and some of like the fan favorites from the podcast due to like analytics and feedback and everything. So I hope that you enjoyed the rewind episodes because I know I enjoyed watching them back. And also it reminded me of something hopefully I remember to bring it back up, but it reminds me of something I just told somebody this weekend about, content and like all the things. So let's go ahead and jump into what I have been up to this past month. I'm so excited to be back to the podcast because of course this is something that I truly, truly enjoy. This is something that really brings me joy, and I'm really working hard to make this like a main source for me, like a main source of income, main source of like my everyday activities as far as like the opportunities that I get. I have been getting a lot of opportunities due to the podcast, but I was realizing that a lot of the things that I want to implement or a lot of the things that I want to do going forward, I can't necessarily do that unless I take a break, take a pause. It's kind of hard to for me at least, to put new things in place while I still have the old things going on. So, one of the things that I am really, really excited about, y'all, that happened over this break is that I was able to find a whole podcast manager. Okay. Initially, what I was setting out for is to find somebody to edit the podcast, but truly, there are so many moving parts to doing the podcast that I really just needed somebody to take over the majority of the experience on the back end. For a few years now, I've already had somebody who has been managing like the contact with the podcast guests, like responding to emails, getting them booked and following up and sending them their brand assets and everything when the show gets released. I already had somebody named D. Hey girl, if you're listening, shout out to D. I've already had someone on my team for probably like 3 years now for real, helping me do that. I've gone in and out of editors, then I took back over the editing myself, but now I have a whole podcast manager who's going to be doing everything for me. So that's the editing, the releasing the episodes, the thumbnails, the everything. Oh my God, y'all. Why did this just happen to me? I tried to put this nail. I don't even know if y'all saw that. I tried to put this nail back on just now and it popped off while I was talking. Anyways, life of a press-on nail girly. But I'm so excited about it. So I'm imagining that there may be like not like a learning curve because he is great at what he does, but we're going to be, getting acquainted with how this is going to be working, especially for me because this is the first time I'm really hiring somebody that's going to be doing the whole process. So this is going to be a learning curve for me to really like be able to articulate what I need and like all the things. So I'm really, really excited about it. So shout out to Aldrix, who is going to be editing this episode. Oh my God. So from now on, from this episode on, it should be my podcast manager who is taking over everything. Oh my gosh. I feel like a boss. The more that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I feel like a boss that like I can actually do this. Also what I've been doing is I have been spending a lot of time in community this past month. I went to the Black Beauty Roster Excellence Luncheon in New York, which is always amazing. This is my third year attending. The first year I actually received the AJ Crimson Trailblazer Award. at the Excellence luncheon. So it's always been a pleasure to be invited back, of course, but then to also see the other recipients of the awards, some people who I have never come across before. And then this year, Ashunta Sharif got the Trailblazer Award. And I was just so tickled because I was talking to her before like the program had started. And it wasn't until I sat down at my seat and I looked at the like the program and saw like the awardees. I was like, Ashunta did not even tell me that she was here to receive the award. Like I was just so excited and so honored to be in the room to watch her receive her flowers. Like I have been following Ashunta since I became a makeup artist, and just to watch her grow, watch her brand grow, and see her be rewarded and recognized and yeah, be received like that in the room. Carrie Hilson presented the award to her, who is one of her clients. Oh my gosh. So good. So the Black Beauty Roster event was amazing. That was in New York at like I think that was like September 12th off the top of my head. And I met a lot of new people. I saw a lot of new faces in the room, which made me really excited because I know anytime that Black Beauty Roster posts stuff, people are like, oh my God, how can I get in the room? I need to be in the room or whatever. So it was really exciting to see a lot of new faces and meet a lot of new people at that event. So that's always a good time. I was literally like in and out. I think I took like a 7 o'clock train and took like a 6 o'clock bus back to DC. I was in and out of New York. So if you want to see the behind the scenes of that, make sure you check out the vlog. I did vlog the entire event. So I promise you would feel like you were there. Okay. So check out that vlog. It's live on the Friends and Beauty YouTube channel right here if you're listening. What else? I'm looking at my notes because I did a lot this month. So the Black Beauty Roster event. Oh, I also did a content day. So your ultimate content day. I did a content day in collaboration with my girl Kai, one of a Kai Artistry, who's a content strategist. But we were helping out Laverne, who is the founder of MVLX Labs. So we did a content day with her. Kai is great with all the content things, okay? Getting the angles, getting the shots, all the things. And then on my half, the content data I did with Laverne was actually interview style content that I'm starting to get into. So sitting and just asking her questions on camera, podcast style setup and everything. And that was like so much fun. I think that was a total of like 4 hours that we spent with Laverne, just getting some new visuals, getting some new content that she could use for her brand. So that was fun. I did an impromptu call too. So every now and then I get into these moods, but I know community is so important. And I know a lot of people don't always have access to certain people to ask questions and all the things. So every now and then I'll pop out and do like an impromptu coaching call or something like that. So I did send it out to my email list. So if you're not on my email list, you got to get on the email list. All that will be down in the show notes. But I send it out to my email list like, hey, like if you have any questions or just want to chat or whatever, let's do it. So I did do it like an impromptu coaching call this month, which was really cool. It's always good to be able to pour back into my community and also to kind of get an idea of where you all are struggling at. So had a great call. That was cool. I'm just kind of like recapping everything. And then the Executive Leadership Council happened. So for the third year in a row, I have been working with the Technique Agency at ELC. I've been working with Technique Agency for like over 10 years, but for the third year in a row, they had worked at the ELC symposium, and that was great. Like it's always a great time working that event because you do get to see a lot of other artists. They bring on hair, makeup, barbers, styling, and everything. So some of the people that I seen from the first year were there. Last year were there. Some new faces were there. So that's always a good thing. This year I wasn't working with the students in the glam suite. I was working in the green room with the speakers for the conference. So that was a little bit different because I was in there by myself. Okay. When I get around these kind of groups, I love to be in the room with my community, like chit chat, see what's in their kits and all the things, but I was down there by myself. So I didn't actually get to see them until like lunchtime. And then after I finished what I was doing, I went up and hung out in the glam suite, and it was just amazing because it really is like watching like a whole bunch of different makeup tutorials at one time. I'm just watching my girls just paint these little faces, and it was so good. And I hung out with a few of them afterwards. So like I said, y'all been in community. And then last but not least, this past weekend, I had the amazing honor of being a panelist, y'all, at the AAIM Beauty Innovators Summit at the National Harbor in the DMV area. And it was amazing. I was really like thinking, like, I think this was the first panel that I've ever been on. I had been invited to a panel before, but it wasn't actually like a panel where we all sat up there together and, talked. It was like we all went individually and shared something with the audience, but I really feel like this was the first panel that I have been on. And it was so, once I really like processed, I think I'm really just processing it this morning. Once I really processed it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm always the one that wants to ask the questions and host the panels and everything like that. But it was so cool to like be on the other side of it and have someone ask me questions. And I'm just like so grateful, like just so full of gratitude for the podcast, for the community, for the rooms that I get to be in, for the rooms I put myself in, for the people I meet, for the opportunities. Like it's just, it's just mind blowing to me because, like I tell you all the time, it really is just putting one foot in front of the other, and then you just be surprised at what happens. Like I'm really just blown away. It was such an amazing time. I met two new ladies, and I was also so tickled to be on the panel with my friend in beauty, Monty Green, who is the owner of Velvet Wax and Beauty. Monty and I have known each other for I think over 10 years for sure. We met I believe doing something for Danessa, like either working at Danessa's booth at Bronner Brothers or something. So that was, a long time ago. But she's been on the podcast twice. Um, it was just so nice to just, I don't know what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that like it's just really nice to just kind of grow up with people in the industry. Like I was just so happy to be beside somebody who I'm familiar with, who, it just felt so comfortable and it felt so good to be able to see her share and shine because Monty always got the gems. Like Monty's always dropping gems. So yeah, that was such a great experience from start to finish, the way they received us, the green room experience, hanging out in there. I saw my girl Lachelle. She was there doing photography. Lachelle, I used to do her makeup when she was a model when I first started, like in 2013. Now she's a photographer. I saw my girl Milan, the cosmic scientist. She's also been on the podcast, but she was on a separate panel. It was just amazing. So, like I said, I have just been, even though I took a break from the podcast, I have been spending a lot of time in community and it has been revitalizing me. It has been refueling me. It has been giving me so much confirmation because anytime you're around, people that's in the same industry that you are in, or just other humans in general that are beauty pros, entrepreneurs, or whatever, you will realize that we are all going through similar things, not just, just being in America or whatever, but just our journeys and everything like that. So it's really even when I went to the BBR event, I ran into Nikki Posley. Shout out to Nikki. And he had shared with me that he had listened to my previous episode about being burnt out and everything and just shared some kind words with me and just let me know that I'm not alone. So a lot of those things don't happen unless you're like actively in community and actively seeking to be around people, actively having conversations. And one thing that I realized about just being in community and being around and just listening and having conversations with people, people are really craving authentic interactions and conversations. And it brings me to something that we talked about at the beauty summit on this past weekend. The moderator asked something to the effect of like, what do you think the next level of influence is going to require for beauty pros? Something to that effect. And my response was basically that I think it's going to require a lot more authenticity. It's going to require us to really tap into ourselves to see what parts of ourselves we feel comfortable with sharing or what we want to share. But because we are getting more deeper into this digital age with AI and like all the things, people cannot tell what's real and what's fake anymore. One of the girls even shared that she's an influencer. She has traction alopecia and she shares with her audience about her journey and everything. And she shared that this company had done an AI video of her, took her likeness and created an AI ad to sell their products that she has never used. But because her community knows who she is and how she shows up, they were able to clock it and be like, that is not her. And they were sending it to her like, hey girl, like what's going on? So you have to continue to show up as yourself so that when these deep fakes come out of you, your audience knows exactly what's up. It's going to just require a lot more authenticity, and people are really craving these authentic connections, whether it's in person, online, and or whatever. And I realize a lot of creatives are losing their spark. Like, just in talking to not even just makeup artists, I had to get my the outfit that I wore on Saturday, I had to get it altered. So I went to Sarita, who is a local fashion designer in DC, and she does, alterations as well. But I was even just talking to her and realized like a lot of us are losing our spark because we have been doing this for so long that it's almost become transactional in a sense, and it's not fun anymore. Like, we're just trying to figure out how to get our spark back. And I think that's a part of the burnout too, is like constantly like constantly just trying to be like constantly on a hamster wheel trying to keep up with everything that I've been doing. And then what am I trying to say? It's just so hard to explain. We've gotten away from the things that really gave us joy in the beginning, like doing photo shoots and fashion shows or whatever it is for you. I know for me it was photo shoots and everything. So I think it's really important for us to get that spark back. So I think in order to do that, we have to reconnect with our why, like figure out why we're doing this still, because the reason why we started is not the reason why we're probably still doing it. Does it still resonate with you? You got to figure that out. And it may just be time to change. Sometimes maybe you have outgrown the beauty space, or maybe it's just time to explore other things or other avenues within the beauty industry that can bring you a new found sense of joy. Also, like I said, getting back to the basics, photo shoots, creative work, attending a class or something like that. Those are all things I feel like we used to do a lot more. And I feel like education is one of those things that is not as prevalent as when I first started. People aren't really doing classes like that anymore. But definitely getting back to the basics and doing those things. Also spending more time in community. It just refuels it's like it refuels you. Like it has refueled me at least. And then also taking some pressure off yourself, trying to have it all figured out. Like if you need to move something back, if you need to postpone something, if you need to cancel something, I think a lot of us are trying to push through, trying to save face and everything like that. So if you have to take some pressure off of yourself, just right now because you don't have it all figured out, you could totally do that. And then also rest, okay? Rest when you need to rest. That's something that I mentioned too at the summit this past weekend, was that a lot of times, well, I heard something on Instagram that basically said that the energy will come when we need the energy. And when you don't have the energy, that's the time that you're supposed to be resting. So don't feel bad for not going gung ho like how you used to do. Seasons change, times change, and your energy changes. So when you get that burst of energy again, that's when you know it's time to create some content. It's time to create a new package. It's time to go out and bust out these clients, like whatever it is, whatever you have the energy for. But don't confuse overworking with your passion. Okay. The energy will be there when you need it. And then also think about what you can produce while you're in rest mode. That's the thing that I've been doing in this stage of taking a break and everything like that, is also trying to figure out what can I do with my feet kicked up on the couch and while I'm on my laptop and still be productive, y'all. It's so crazy. Like even in this rest mode, I was still getting requests for clients and everything like that. It's just interesting. I'm just sitting there like, I could take clients every now and then, but also trying to figure out more things that I can do digitally to bring in income that doesn't require me to like expend too much of my energy physically. You know what I mean? So, if you are one of those people that is seeking community, if community is one of the things that you're looking for, I definitely invite you to check out the Trailblazers Club. We are small but mighty right now, and we are looking to grow. But the Trailblazers Club, we always have a good time in there. You can talk to me anytime that you want. We also have different masterclasses or just breakout sessions with different beauty pros that you can learn from every month. And it's only $15 a month right now. I'm not sure when you're going to come across this episode, so I got to say like right now. And at this current moment, check the date, check the date of this episode, but it's only $15 a month right now. And we meet twice a month. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely check out the Trailblazers Club. And then also, if you're seeking authentic conversations with different beauty pros, then you have landed in the right spot. Check out more episodes of the Friends in Beauty podcast. We have so many different types of beauty pros that have been on here, that have shared their journeys, who have shared gems, who have shared like the blueprint to, get into where they are and everything like that. But yeah, I think that's it. I will also so if you want to be on the Friends of Beauty podcast in some capacity, one thing that I'm about to start doing that I'm excited to start, and it took me having to take my little break, but I do want to start some group conversations about different hot topics or just different things that are going on in the beauty industry or just in the world. So if you feel like you can hold a good conversation or you got opinions about stuff and you might want to be a part of that group chat segment of the Friends of Beauty podcast, send an email to podcast@friendsinbeauty.com. Just, expressing your interest. So when I get that up and running, I can have some people to reach out to. But yes, I think that's it. I'm so excited to be back. This is the last quarter of the year. So you already know things gotta keep pressing on. I feel like tomorrow is about to be Christmas. Before we know it, it's gonna be Christmas. So I'm really excited to be back and to bring some new conversations and new ideas and new things to the Friends of Beauty podcast. And yeah, community has definitely kept me going this month, but I'm so excited, y'all. I think the one thing I'm most excited about is this podcast manager. I feel like this is going to allow me to really show up and really produce the content that I want for the podcast and really grow the podcast the way that I want. So I'm really excited for this new chapter. But yes, y'all, your girl, your best friend in beauty is back. Okay. So stay tuned for some new episodes of the Friends of Beauty podcast. Like I said, you're always welcome to join the Friends of Beauty Trailblazers Club and connect with me outside of the podcast. Follow Friends of Beauty on all social media platforms. Tune into the podcast every Wednesday. Check out the vlogs. Follow me on social media at Akua Robinson to check out just to follow the journey, because one thing I said in a post that I made about the BBR event is that we literally do not know what's coming. Like, you don't know what's coming next for you. I don't know what's coming next for me. So you literally just have to stay tuned and just trust the process. So, and that's the exciting part for me. I don't know about you, but the exciting part for me is like, I literally don't know what's coming. All these amazing things keep happening that I think that are just mind blowing for me, but I really don't even know what the next mind-blowing thing is going to be, and that really excites me. So I am making a commitment to continue to work on myself mentally, physically, emotionally, so I can continue to show up wholeheartedly for my community and help you all and be a part of your journeys and cheer you on, assist you wherever you may need. So that is what is going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, because for some reason, I say this all the time on Instagram Live, but for some reason, when I get to talking a lot, I start getting congested. It's so crazy. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Friends of Beauty podcast. If anything resonated with you, please leave a comment down below. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.